Ocho, Lamar Jackson leads all players in initial Pro Bowl voting. Lamar has received the most fan Pro Bowl votes of any player. Derrick Henry is second. Next on the list is Saquon Barkley. Third on the list is Josh Allen. Fourth on the list is Josh Allen. So Lamar is 1, Derrick Henry is 2, Saquon is 3, Josh Allen is 4, and Jahmyr Gibbs is 5th. Is there a surprising omission to you?
I mean, no. I mean, you look at everybody that you name and look at their resume to date as of what they've done so far this season. I mean, it's in the right pecking order. It's in the right pecking order. I mean, some might switch Josh Allen and Lamar, but either way, it's all based on preference right now. If we were to have an MVP, I think Josh Allen might be leading that race.
I think he would win too.
That race, So it all depends. And if it's fan voting, if it's player voting, it all comes down to preference, especially if it's Pro Bowl voting, because everybody that you just named, regardless of order, is playing phenomenal effing football right now. So you can't go wrong no matter what.
There's no Patrick Mahomes. There's no Travis Kelce.
For obvious reasons. Yeah. I know they have a winning record, but they're not playing well from an individual standpoint. As a team, yes.
Yeah.
Individually,
Mm-mm.
And matter of fact,
go ahead.
I don't even think they would be able to go to. They wouldn't be around to go to the Pro Bowl anyway.
No. Me,
they might be playing possum. You never know.
No, I mean, I don't think they would have earned it. Now, sometimes guys get to go on reputation.
Yeah, name alone. Yeah.
But if you look at it, it says this individual earned the right to participate in the Pro Bowl. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say no.
Right.
I'm going to say no. Now, you take first of all, 3 quarterbacks go. I don't like the way they do it now because they have the Pro Bowl before the Super Bowl. Normally there's the quarterback that makes the Super Bowl, he's going to be a Pro Bowl player. He's not going to go. So that's why you get these guys all of a sudden, oh, he's a Pro Bowl pro. He was the 9th alternate. Nobody else wanted to go. I mean, once upon a time, Ocho, once they're like, now you got the 9th and 8th guys. Come on, bro. Bro, they took the backup to Lamar from Baltimore one year to the Pro Bowl, the quarterback. Right. Come on, Ocho. Yeah. You're taking a backup. You got 16 starters. He a backup. Nobody else wanted to go, but that's on his resume.
Right.
But you're right. I agree with everything you say. I don't believe Patrick nor Trav has earned the right. Brock Bowers should be the starting AFC at the Pro Bowl.
At the tight end position.
At the tight end position. Absolutely.
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 He's playing really, really well. Really
well. Yeah, and I'm trying to think.
With the quarterback carousel at that.
Yes. And they get in the rock.
Mm-hmm.
But he deserves it. Man, hey, I thought when I watched him as a freshman, I said this guy can play in the league and he's really good. And then I saw him in sophomore year. I said, yeah, he's a top 10 pick.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it. His ability to track the football, his ability to run after the catch. He can catch it on a crowd. I mean, he's fluid at his size. I mean, offensively, he has no weaknesses.
Right.
And that's what you're looking for. These guys, you got to be able to play in space. You got to be a matchup nightmare. And he's a matchup nightmare for your safety, for your linebackers, for your corners because of his size, because of his quickness. He's really, really good. I mean, he has the potential to be historically good. After the Jets lost to the Seahawks, Rodgers was asked about his pedestrian statistic, and he was quick to remind everyone it's not all his fault. There are 11 guys on the field. Sometimes it's my fault, definitely, multiple times today, and then sometimes the details aren't there in other spots. The Jets are 3-9. They're 0-5 when Rodgers has a chance to win the game late. He threw a brutal pick six. Since 2022, Rodgers ranks 30th out of 35 quarterbacks in total QBR. Ocho, at some point in time, bro, you just got to say,
yeah.
When Brady, see, the thing is, Brady is quick. Manning, the great quarterback, and I'm not talking about the average guy. I'm talking about the great because I think Rodgers deserved to be mentioned with those guys. They ask you about you. I'm not playing well, Ocho. Shannon, you know what, Shannon? You're not having your typical year. Yeah, man, I ain't playing well. I'm not seeing the ball. I just not
Right.
playing well. I I need to take advantage of the opportunities when they present themselves. I think sometimes because I'm trying to force it, because I feel like the opportunities that I normally would get aren't there. I'm trying to magnify that. So if I get an opportunity, I'm trying to make three
Right.
opportunities, and I can't. I'm trying to make everything a home run because I'm trying to show everybody that I'm still that guy. That's all you have to do,
Yeah.
Ocho. Why mention
Yeah.
anybody else? They ask you about
Yeah,
your
he's not gonna
numbers.
do that. He's not gonna do that. And actually, they got the wrong people and asking the questions. If you got the right person to asking the question, they're gonna ask the question in such a way where you have no choice but to answer it in a way that we want to hear directly, not around the bush, not about your numbers. I'm talking about specifically where you can't dodge and you can't beat around the bush, where you can't even mention anybody else because the question is going to be directly pertained to just you, not even give you the angle to be able to put others in it. Yes, we all know it's a team game, but we ain't talk about the team right now. We talk about you.
Yes.
It's all in the questioning, all in the questioning.
It's just tough
Yeah.
for him. And it's hard, Ocho, when you've been great for a
It's
long
tough to be in a
time
spot like this.
and all of a sudden you're not
Tough.
great anymore and you see your
Yeah,
mortality. Man, that
that's
thing,
tough.
hey, he can't go get you them 300-yard games and them 4 touchdown games like he could in Green Bay. He can't just whip it. When last time you see him do this? When last time you see him do that?
The discount double check.
Or his favorite
Oh
thing,
yeah,
he
that
pump.
little fist. Yeah, we ain't get that. We might get it next year.
Well, he must be playing golf or something.
Listen, wherever you're gonna be playing, I know one thing: the Jets don't have no options right now.
Him on the they still don't. Even with him there, they don't have an option. Ocho, he's about to be 41. He's about to be
Yeah,
41. At what situation do you get better with
I ain't
age?
lying.
Playing a professional sport. At that age, I'm not saying that like when Ocho, you're in your 20s and you head towards
Right,
your
like yeah.
prime. He's long past his
Well,
prime. So when do you start to get better
yeah,
at that
you
age?
right.
The Bears joined the Jets, Saints as team to fire their head coach in the season this year. Ocho,
Mm-hmm.
do you believe the Chicago Bears will be one of the most coveted jobs from a head coaching staff,
Mm-hmm.
from a head coaching position in
I
the
think so.
NFL?
I think so. Simply because you have a quarterback. You have a quarterback that you can work with. The quarterback has the foundation. He has something that you can work with, depending on who comes in there. What type of offense are you going to have for said quarterback? Can you find a way to keep DJ Moore happy? Can you find a way to keep Kenny Allen happy? Um, Adding some more pieces to that team offensively, I think it could be a nice job. It all depends on who the coach is. I told you what I told you. I told you what I said and what I like. Hell, I like goddamn Bill going there. Hell, I like goddamn Bill going anywhere. I think all Bill needs is a goddamn quarterback. An organization like Chicago would be perfect for Bill. They're going to give you the keys and allow you to do everything you need to do to allow them to compete in the NFC again. Maybe be the Bear,
Is he going
maybe
to be
be
able
the
to
Bears
relate to
of old.
today's
Hell,
player?
maybe be the '85 Bears once again. You never know.
Is he going to be able to relate to today's player?
Listen, one of the greatest things in life that God has given everybody is the ability to adapt to their surroundings in the areas that they're in. I'm sure he will be able to.
How malleable have he been? How malleable has he been in his career? Why wouldn't he do it in New England then? If he's so easy to adapt.
And I can't answer that for him.
Well, you
I'm,
just
I'm,
said
I'm
that he has the adapt to
But
adapt.
listen, you
And I
have to
just
be able to
asked you,
adapt
why
to have
didn't
that
he
kind of
adapt?
success at anything you do.
What did he adapt to? He was rigid,
It
hard
worked.
line.
But
What did
but
he
you but
adapt to?
we in different times. I think Bill understands we're in different times. In order for you to have that same success, some of the things that you're used to doing, you got to do them different. I think he understands that by looking at the landscape and seeing, wait, well, you know what? I got to approach it differently if
Oh,
I get the opportunity to be a head coach again. Because this is how today's players
I
are.
can I can
This is
see
how I
that.
have to coach.
He's going to, because now he's forced to do that.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes
It's
your
a, it's
back
a
has to be against the wall for you to see things
I
differently
agree.
and change your perspective in the way you do.
Hmm.
Hell, my back been against your
I
back
agree.
been against the
I
wall
agree.
before. It might not have nothing to do with the game of
Yes.
football. My back has been against the wall before. It ain't had nothing to do with the game of football. I know, okay, if I don't straighten it up, if I don't straighten it up out right now, you already know what the end result is.
I still believe the greatest
Yeah,
key to
you got
survival
to.
is
You
adaptability.
got to.
It's not
No.
size, it's not strength, it's not speed. It's being able to adapt to the ever changing
And there are two things that can get in the way of
environment
that.
around you.
Ego and your pride. Ego and your pride can get in the way of that. If you're able to compartmentalize and set those aside and understanding whatever that end goal may be, and it doesn't just have to be football. It don't have to be just you coaching. I'm talking about just life in general. Setting that pride and ego aside for the betterment of whatever end goal you're trying to reach. It'll help. It'll help.
I think if he's gonna have to be that, he's gonna have to be that kind of that Coach Belichick that's on the inside the NFL. And he can't be so rigid, and he can't be so structured, and he can't be so what he was in New England. First of all, he doesn't have Tom Brady running interference for him anymore.
Yeah.
Because Tom was the Patriot way. You heard the guys. Bill was our coach, but we played for Tom.
Hold on, let me change. My camera getting blurry. Hold on.
It's still blurry.
Whoa.
Man, get your Skeletor ass face up back up out the camera, man. Damn. Man, back up, Ocho. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. You need to shave too. You got razor bumps. I see them.
No, I don't. No,
yeah,
I
you do.
don't.
Yeah, you
don't,
do.
Don't
yeah, you do.
that.
Yeah, right there.
Don't do that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you
Don't
do.
do that.
Yeah, you do.
Hey,
Yeah, you
listen.
do. I ain't no Skeletor had razor bumps.
Nah, that's all clean.
That's Skeletor.
Hey,
and
this is all clean. I just need a haircut. Once I clean that up, put a little you use Sea Breeze. You know what Sea Breeze is? Hey, put a little Sea Breeze.
Yeah, I knew Sea Breeze.
I look good.
Ocho, Kyle Shanahan said Christian McCaffrey suffered a potentially season-ending PCL
wait, that was
injury.
Non-contact. Or was it previously when he got tripped up? You think it happened previously?
They showed that play, but you knew as soon as that knee buckle, when he took off, you could see that knee buckle, and then he gave himself up. So you knew something. I was like, damn, is it the Achilles? Did the calf go? But Kyle Shanahan just said at his press conference, Christian McCaffrey suffered a potentially season-ending. It's over. It don't make any sense.
Leg? Was he missed the same leg that he just had the
I think it is. I think it was his right one. I think it was his right one. No, he had a calf injury that led into his Achilles. And the thing, Ocho, and you know the thing is that what do we say all the time? If you limp into the season, you limping out of it. How you gonna get healthy during the season?
It's impossible.
The number one thing when anybody have surgery or anybody have an injury, what do they tell you the most important thing, Ocho? Rest. How you gonna get rest? They working the dog crap out of you.
Listen, they do.
I'm just saying,
listen, they can only protect you so much, because in order to get you back to the playing speed and get you acclimated to game tempo, you got to put some type of work. You got to put some type of work, because once they put you out there,
you got to put that work in.
The bullets are firing. Hey, them boys moving. Them boys are moving.
They can do.
Damn, I'm sad for him, man. I'm sad for him, man. Prayers up to Lil C-Mac, man.
The game of the day, the Eagles defeated the Ravens 24-19. Justin Tucker has lost multiple games this season and left 7 points off the board tonight. He continued this season-long struggles by missing 2 field goals and a PAT, one from 47, one from 43. His 2 failed field goals came in the third when Baltimore trailed 14-12. This is the first time that he's missed 3 kicks in a game, and he put a major dent in the AFC in the Ravens' opportunity to win the North. Tucker's missed 8 field goals, but he's missed 10 kicks, if I'm not mistaken. 8 field goals and 2 PATs this season, which is a single season high. Harbaugh is sticking with Tucker. We saw him go to them on the sideline, say, "We believe in you." You hugged him. If you're asking me, are we going to move on from Justin Tucker? I'm not really planning doing that right now. I don't think that would be wise.
Did you hear the key words you just said? I don't like that. I don't like that. Did he say right now, or did you
What do you
just
say?
add that in there?
No, he said that right now. I don't plan on doing that right now. I'm not really planning on doing that right now. I don't think that'd be
I
wise.
don't like that. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And also the
Okay.
chat,
Talk to us.
chat. Y'all listen to me now. I know I play around a lot, when it comes to saying some of the things that I've done. But all of you know my history and my resume as a kicker, especially in NFL. I know what that feel like. I understand the pressures that go into what Justin Tucker is going through right now. I understand the pressures of already having the
Hmm.
moniker of being the greatest kicker of all time based on what you did in the past. But what you've done in the past when it comes to the NFL is always, yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with
Ain't got
now.
nothing to do right
What have
now.
you done for me lately? Right now, I don't watch much
Yes.
baseball, but I can tell what Justin is in. He's in a slump. He's in a slump. Sometimes
Yeah.
burgers, huh?
He got the yips right now, Ocho.
Oh yeah, you got the
He
yips.
got the yips right
Right
now.
now, Justin Tucker is in a slump. And you know what happens when players in a slump? It gets to you here. You got to be mentally strong here.
Yes.
For one, in order to get back into rhythm, to get back to what you were doing in the past, being the Justin Tucker that we're used to seeing, you got to envision that mother up here. Right now, it's getting to it. He think about missing the kick before he even kicked the
Hmm.
ball, which is why he's missing the kicks.
Hmm. And it's always, and they seem to
Uh,
be always veering to the left. They
hey,
always veering
Unc,
to, if you look at them,
that's
they're
all
veering to the
mechanics,
left.
baby.
It's kind of like,
That's all mechanics. That's all
yes,
mechanics. On your follow
if
through,
you,
on your swing, you got to stop your leg at a certain point. If it's always veering to the left, if anything, adjust your split, adjust your alignment, face the ball up a different way because everything is happening and reoccurring the same way. Kickers watch film. I'm a kicker. I'm telling you, I know some of you might laugh at
Mhm.
me. I'm serious. I know what it is. I know what Justin Tucker's going through. He's going to be all right. I don't like the words that Harbaugh said. That's something yeah,
If he's
I
going to
don't
be
like
all
that.
right
I
this
don't like that.
year,
You don't do the best kicker
no,
in the world
it,
like that just because he's going through a slump. Because you have quarterbacks. Quarterbacks go through slump too. Sometimes even the best go through a bad season or a bad string of games where they just can't get themselves out of a funk. But at some point they turn it around, especially at the position. Once he gets it here, you got to visualize it here. Once you visualize it here and get that confidence back, he'll be fine.
the question is
Shit,
he going to get it back this year? Because it
right.
doesn't matter if he gets it back next year, because they're
Mhm,
trying to make the playoff this year. And how many times have the Ravens, he
mhm.
kicked the Ravens to the Super Bowl as a rookie, as an undrafted rookie. He went to Denver
Right,
and made the game winning kick. And that launched him, that put him on his way. We've seen guys, you mentioned the sport.
right.
You go back and look at
Mhm.
golf. You look at David Duval,
Yeah.
you look at Ian Baker Finch. They had the yips. You mentioned baseball. Look at Chuck Knoblauch. Look
Hmm.
at Rick Ankiel. Rick Ankiel had to move to the outfield because he
Hmm.
couldn't get the ball over home plate. Chubb Knoblauch could
Hmm.
not throw the ball. He's a second baseman. He could
Hmm.
not throw it to the first baseman.
Yeah.
Steve
Hmm.
Sachs had a similar situation.
Hmm.
We've seen guys do it, and David Duval left. Ian Baker Finch, they
Right.
ended up leaving because they couldn't punt.
Yeah. Hey, but listen.
Rick Ankiel
Hmm.
moved to the outfield because he
Hmm.
could not throw the ball
But
over the plate. It's and it's and
hmm.
it's tough. Lamar Jackson did not play a good game today, Ocho. He really never found his rhythm. Had multiple fumbles, but he recovered those. Had a lot of overthrows.
Hmm.
He had Likely. He could have hit Likely on that
The
play.
second,
I think it was in
corner,
the
the
second
corner
quarter.
route, the
He
corner route. Yeah,
overshot him.
he overshot him a little bit. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah, yeah. He
a
overshot him. He
little
overshot
bit.
him.
Uh, Likely stopped running like, well, he got to be throwing that to
Yeah.
somebody else. Because he running, he saw where the ball going, so
Yeah.
he just stopped. He like, well, somebody out there in front of me. And then he come back and then he fumbled the
Yeah.
ball. He was 6 of 15 on third down. The touchdown that they got, Ocho, that was late in the game because if they don't get that
Right.
touchdown, they're shut out in the second half. Lamar said his mother cursed him out after the game for not running
Hmm.
more and not hitting the running lanes. The Ravens finished 2 of 5 in the red
Yeah.
zone.
You know what?
He didn't play well today. On a day in which the defense
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
held, and they was needing
Hmm.
Lamar to be Lamar.
You know what?
It didn't happen for
One
him
of the things
today.
I watched tonight, I love Lamar. I love that Lamar has proved that, you know what? I'm not just a run of the ball. I'm gonna show you I can pass. I'm gonna show you I can pass. Listen, I know you can pass the ball, young bull, but I need you to be special. on nights like tonight and games like tonight, I need you to be special or what makes you you. I need you to do what you was doing at Boynton Beach High School when I used to go watch you out there when you was a legit. Take off with the ball, baby. If it ain't there, sometimes you got to go through your progression. 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes you got to look at one. If one ain't there, man, take off and go with that thing, boy. Sometimes you got to go off script. Sometimes you got to go off script and do what makes you you. You're special. You're a two-time MVP for a reason. I would have loved to see the Ravens win the game tonight. I would have loved for it, especially when your kicker's not playing as well as he should be. But who has to overcome that?
Right.
Number 8.
Lamar.
When Lamar is the one that has to overcome Justin Tucker not playing as good as he should be. So those points you're missing, that puts the pressure and the onus back on the quarterback to overcome the kicker's woes. Sometimes you don't that be in the past of shit. Boy, drop back if that shit ain't there. Man, take off with that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying.
Sometimes I do think he tries to prove a point.
God forgive me.
I do think sometimes Lamar tries to prove that he's a thrower of the football.
He proves it already. At the end of back to doing what you do best.
Who cares? Okay. So why is his mom cussing him out?
Hey, you heard what she said, right? Today? Boy, when you see the running lanes, boy, take off and do what you do, boy. What you mean? You dangerous. Just as dangerous you've already shown us. You're just as dangerous with your arm as you are with your legs. But tonight is a night where we needed your legs, not your arm.
But we had this conversation in the AFC Championship game. You asked after the game, why did Lamar run more? So why do we keep having these conversations in these big, meaningful games where we keep saying, Lamar, why aren't you running the football more? Why are we continuously having these conversations, Ocho?
I don't know. I don't know who.
So what? Because what are you trying to prove? Who cares? You proved that you led the league in touchdown passes. You got 29 touchdown passes. It's going to be you or Joe Burrow probably lead the league in touchdown passes this year. At this point in time, the only thing left for you to prove, Lamar, is that you can get to and win a Super Bowl. That's it.
Hold on.
That's it. That's the only thing that's left for you to necessary.
On throwing it, running it, crawling it, wheelchair. I don't care how you got to get there. God damn it, just get there. So we can get these motherfuckers off your back. by any means.
There will come a time that he will need to, like, I'm going to force Lamar Jackson to throw the football. I'm a firm believer that I would rather, I know he can kill me with his leg. I just can't let him outside the pocket. I can't let him outside the pocket, Ocho, because he's too dangerous out there and he can throw the ball over my head. So I got to keep him in the box. Now, I'm going to try to make sure that I got a spy to entice him, like, okay, I got somebody spying, and I want him, I want to trick him into thinking, go ahead and throw from the pocket. But you're playing into my hands because that's really where I want you anyway.
But listen, this is the good thing about it. This is the good thing about the evolution of Lamar Jackson. This is about how good he's gotten even as a pocket passer. Okay, you want to put a spy. Okay, bet. Okay, boom, you want to have your DNs rush upfield and keep contained. But I can beat you from the pocket. I proved that I can beat you from the pocket and be a thrower of the ball. I done showed you I can drop back. I can be in shotgun. I can RPO. I can play action fake and read through my progressions. From 1 to 3, I can even come back to 1 if I got enough time. I can buy myself time. I can go off script. I can do all these different things from the pocket. So now that makes me that much more dangerous and multidimensional from the quarterback position. I just don't like the fact that to me, it seems like sometimes Lamar wants to prove, especially tonight, I'm going to show you I can beat you with my arm.
Yes.
When we know how special you are with your legs.
I'm trying.
It's a reason God gave you that gift, boy. I need you. Again, I know Lamar going to see this too. I know he's going to see this. Boy, I need you like you did when you was at Boynton Beach. Huh? Stop playing now. Come on. Oh, matter of fact. Oh, wait. The Ravens lost tonight. Can you please tell me how many carries Derrick Henry had?
D. Henry had 19 for 82.
He was over the 16-yard mark. He was over.
Yeah, 32. They had 32 rush attempts for 166 yards, which ain't bad. You can live with that. Lamar was 23 of 36, 237. He got sacked 3 times. I thought the Eagles D line did
Yeah.
an unbelievable job of getting after him.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter is a monster. This is what Jalen Carter
Yeah.
was supposed to be a top 5 pick. I'm not so sure he would had he not had all those off the field
Right.
transgressions while he was in college. He's a top 3 talent. He can rush the passer. He can stop the run. He's relentless. He's starting to see just how good he can be. He's the guy that you start circling. But I thought their defensive line did an unbelievable job of rushing but containing Lamar. Lamar, you can't jump, you can't run up the field on him now because he's gonna jump out the window on you. But I thought Sweat and I thought some of those other guys did an unbelievable job. Boy, they got that Braun, that Zach Braun, that middle 53.
Boy, he nice, boy. Hey, he nice, boy.
The Steelers defeated the Bengals 44-38. Shootout. Not only did the the offense move the ball at will, but the Steelers defense forced 3 turnovers, including a fourth quarter scoop and score by Peyton Wilson. Pickens led the Steelers with 74 yards receiving on 3 catches with a touchdown, but drew 15-yard penalties after 2 of his catches. After the game, Pickens said there wasn't anything he needed to do differently in those situations. Tomlin said he just got to grow up. This is an emotional game. These divisional games are big. He got a target on his back because he's George. He understands that, but he's got to grow up. He's just got to grow up in a hurry.
Yeah,
that'll cost you a game in the playoffs.
George, listen, I'm gonna hit young bull. I got George's number. I'm gonna talk to him. Listen, take some of that fun, some of that energy that you display that you're being penalized for, and turn that into entertainment. Turn it into entertainment. It's okay to be the villain. Enjoy being the villain. Embrace being the villain, but do it in a way where it's organized chaos within the game of football. Have fun within the game of football without having to get those penalties. I'm telling you, it's going to pay dividends in the long run. He has to understand that, the gun gesture, in the end zone, after like you can't.
Ocho, but you can't do that. And I know, Chad, fans, I know air guns and bullets don't kill anybody, but the NFL said we don't want that. If your boss tell you you cannot come to work with khakis, don't bring your ass to work with khakis. I mean, I don't get it, Ocho. We knew, Ocho, if we wore our socks a certain height, the NFL said we want you to we want your knees covered. I expected to get a fine if I made more than 2 plays and I didn't pull my socks up. But you can't say, well, what did the socks? And I said, and I used to ask all the time, what does my socks got to do? They say, Shannon, we want uniformity. They say, Shannon, if we let you do yours, and then somebody gonna come out there with footies, and then somebody gonna come out here, and then everybody gonna start looking like an all tournament team. They say we want everybody. We want uniformity, Shannon. We're the National Football League, and we're trying to set example. I say, okay, but Ocho, you remember they cut that out before you got to the league. The throat slashing gesture, they cut that out.
Listen,
the stick shooter, Butch Johnson would do that. They cut that out. Anything violent or sexual in nature, air humping ain't got nothing to do. Ain't nobody ever got pregnant by air humping. No dry hunching.
Yeah.
But they cut it out. So Pete fans, please stop saying because you know the rule. George knows the rules. You can't do that.
Especially outside of knowing the rules, you got to understand and to remember those rules when you engage in war. At the time of war, when you plan, you got to remember that. All he need to do, I'm telling you, Unc, I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna hit him tomorrow. I'm gonna say, bro, you need to take that same energy and the stuff you want to do and turn it into something else in a fun, entertainment type of way where it's engaging for us and for those watching, where it doesn't cost your team. There's a way to do it. I mastered that. There's a way to do it. As far as your play is concerned, and you good. Keep on playing ball. But what I don't want, this is what I don't want, because they're young. So Coach Tomlin has to be careful with what he say, because you don't want to lose a player like that. Up here, you don't want to take too much. You don't want to pull the reins back too much hard, because you're going to lose what makes George Pickens, but you can't hurt your team like that, though. You can't.
Thank you. We just saw this on Thursday with Jameson Williams.
Yeah.
We just saw it Thursday where he threw the ball in the guy's face. Remember? On the sideline.
Yeah.
We just saw it. Ocho, even if I'm speeding, if I'm going 80 in a school zone, I can't tell the police, ain't no kids in school. You can't go 80 in a school zone, bro. Right. It's still a school zone, whether the kids are in school or not. You can't make that gesture.
Right.
Even if you have no gun, even if there is no bullet, you can't make a sexual gesture. Right. You can't make a violent gesture. So please, chat, please, people, stay off the internet talking about ain't no guns, ain't nobody ever been killed by that, because you can't do it. The league says we're going to penalize you, but it's not the league penalizing you. You're penalizing your team.
It hurts you today, but
what
it catch up to you when it mattered most. And that's the guy
when you least expect it, you get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And now what was a field goal, they back you up. Because a lot of times, Ocho, that's after the fact. Now they back you up. What happens if it's second down and you get one of those? The down counts. So now instead of being 2nd and 5, it's 2nd and 20. Or it's 3rd and 5, 3rd and 20, or it's 3rd and 15. You see? It's things like that you have to think about in real time. Ocho, it's too late for you and I to have this conversation. Say, Ocho, we tried to tell him it's too late. It's too late. So just learn from others from that have made those mistakes, so you don't have to be a footnote. Got a costly penalty. I don't, Ocho, but I try to tell you. Now people will tell you Joe Burrow played great. Ocho might come out here and tell you Joe Burrow played great. His defense, if your defense is bad, Ocho, as an offense, what can't you do if your defense is bad? Tell the people at home how many turnovers Joe Burrow had.
3 turnovers. But before you say that, wait.
How many did they lead? How many points did they lead to the
14
Steelers?
Or 21, or 17. How much? How many?
They got a scoop and score, and they got a field goal right before the half.
That's 10.
That's 10 points,
Can I say something real quick?
Okay.
Just for the chat, for better context, let me get energized real quick. You know, it's hard for me to defend my Bengals. It's hard for me to defend my Bengals, but for better context, in those turnovers, now one was a tip. Cam Hayward tipped it. Boom, pick, scoop and score. Boom, running with the ball. TJ Watt, great play. And I think it was a Highsmith. Is it Highsmith that beat Orlando Brown off the edge? Came around.
Yeah, I don't think it was High. It might have been the other guy. I think it was like it might have been 51 Wilson. He might have called the sack and scoop.
Listen, for one, in that scenario, Orlando Brown. I'm not sure what the Bengals are doing. There's no reason why Orlando Brown should be on the field if he can't walk. If you can't walk, that means you can't play left tackle. There's no reason you should be on the field. But if you are on the field, then that's the onus is on the offensive line or the goddamn offensive coordinator. Hell, let's slide protection that way because he's not fully healthy. Obviously, we saw it.
They can't. You gonna slide the protection away from TJ Watt?
Mims over there. We got to leave Mims by himself, 1-on-1. Yes, I know. Listen to me, Unc.
Oh, well, that TJ Watt about to break the NFL record. He have a Derek Thomas
look what happened. Look what happened. That cost us. If he's hurt, goddamn slide to the left, put the running back up there and goddamn chip. Put the tight end over there and chip. You got to do something to help him if you have a player out there that is hurt. And it cost us offensively.
I get it.
That was a scoop and score.
Ocho. But your guy has got to take care of the football, Ocho. You know, if your defense, you have one of the 2 or 3 worst defenses in football. You can't turn it over.
Listen, there's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say about that. But it is his blind side, though. That is his blind side. He has no idea that 2 seconds after the snap, that somebody's barreling down and knocking the ball out of his hands. Again, I'm not making no excuses. You got to have 2 hands on the ball.
Yeah, you do that. Oh, hold on. So I can make that case for Daniel Jones. All them sacks, that ain't on Daniel Jones. All those turnovers, every quarterback that turned the ball over, because what they're doing is that you're making excuses for Joey B because he had 300-yard passes and 3 touchdowns.
I made no excuses.
So
I was just giving you better context on how the fumbles happen.
So who cares?
Yes, sir.
Did he have the ball in his hand? So all those fumbles and interceptions that we saw Patrick Mahomes 2 years ago, how many caroms did he had 7 interceptions, and like 3 or 4 pick sixes that went through the receiver's hands. When you fumble the ball and your defense is bad, all I know is this: Patrick Mahomes got to the Super Bowl with the second or third worst defense in the NFL. That is the bargain, because what has happened is that we've allowed Joe Burrow, and he's a really good, he's a great quarterback, but we've allowed that 1-year run to taint us because we feel he can do no wrong. Because every year he's ranked above Lamar. Lamar is more accomplished than Joe Burrow. We rank him ahead of Josh Allen. He throws a beautiful ball. He puts up big numbers. But at what point in time do we hold him accountable like we have all the other great quarterbacks that haven't fulfilled the promise of what we expected them to be? Because we make excuses. We like, well, his blind side. Man, look at Mahomes' offensive line. Is Mahomes' offensive line any worse than Cincinnati's?
Them 2 tackles bad. That's no disrespect.
One team got 11-1 record. And that's the thing. When you just, if you just looked at the stats, you're like, this man threw for 309 and 3 touchdowns. But he had a scoop and score that the ball was in his hand. That gave him 7 points. And then he had another fumble that gave him 10 points. So now, if I take those 10 points off the board, how many points did they scored 44. If I take those 10s, Cincinnati scored 38. They win the game 38-34.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
You're right. Listen. I'm already hurting right now as it is. You know, I don't need you to continue to pour salt in my wounds. I know because I've been on my soapbox.
We talked about this, Ocho,
and I've been continued to let down. Week out, huh?
Well, get your ass off it. Get your ass off that box.
I'm off of it.
Because you know the higher you up you are, the easier target you to hit. When snipers shooting at, what do they try to do? See, when snipers are shooting, they're at a higher elevation. But when you show your head, that's when they can put that thing on you. You better get low to the ground, get out the box, say, hey, guys, hey, man, I thought my Bengals was going to be better this year. It's over for y'all. It's a wrap.
Be better. Matter of fact, and listen, I was listening to Joe. Joe said we could win 7 of the last 9. There's a possibility. So when he said that in front of me, I was hyped.
How?
I was hyped. I was ready.
Ocho.
I've been talking cash. I've been talking cash. You know what? I've been making bets with Ryan Clark. I can't even eat McDonald's till January now. Yeah, but you know what?
Yes.
Listen.
And you can't say football till January.
Oh, because we lost?
You lost like 5 in a row.
Hey, so you say I can't say foot or ball because my Bengals.
Foot or ball? Nope. Ocho. Even you, Ocho, you playing the game. I said, Ocho, how y'all gonna go out on a run when your defense is historically bad? Your quarterback literally has to play a perfect game every time. One turnover, because first of all, your defense is not really going to be able to stop anybody. Now, you turn the ball over, you give them, and if you give them points on your possession, don't cry. No, don't cry. No, don't cry. You ain't crying yet, Chad. Don't let it fool you. You should be crying.
Sorry. We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right.
No, y'all ain't. Next year. Y'all ain't gonna be all right this year. Hey, man, you done got them people, you had people in Cincinnati believing you. Man, Ocho say we gonna be all right. Not everybody ain't doing nothing but eating chili and hot dogs. Stand up. Sit up in your chair. Come closer. You blurry. No. You bring your ass back into focus. Y'all got Ocho crying, Bingo. What y'all, Bingo Nation, Bingo Country? What y'all on?
We'll be back. We'll be back next year.
That's what Custard said. When they sent his ass out there, he said, I'll be back. And they ain't seen his ass. He went up to Little Bighorn and they ain't seen his ass since. That was in 1875, 78. What was that? When did Sitting Bulls get on Custard? I think that was somewhere between 75 and 78.
Next year. I don't care what nobody say. That's okay. We had a bad season. Sometimes people have bad seasons. Sometimes people have some of the greatest players on offense, and sometimes things don't go the way you want it to go. Like sometimes in life, hold on,
You can talk your ass off. I ain't finna listen. We didn't come here for that.
hold on. I'm trying to laugh and keep from crying. Let's change the topic, man. Shoot, man.
No, we ain't finna change no topic. That ain't what we do. We don't duck no chat. Do y'all expect Nightcap to duck a topic? Do y'all expect us to move on so quickly? No. We got to address it. Your defense is historically bad. Yeah. They've been bad. But if you go back and look at it, the Bengals had Kansas City dead to right. What happened?
Right.
Strip sack, scoop, and score. Touchdown. They had the Ravens, again, dead to right at home. What happened, Ocho?
Yeah.
Joey B, pick Marlon Humphrey. At some point in time, even your great numbers can be overshadowed if you are the one that puts the ball in harm's way. He's done it. We've seen it. But everybody just wants to look at the stats. Oh, he played great. What about those 3 turnovers that gave the other team the football or gave the other team points? Do we not count that? We count it for everybody else. We rip quarterbacks that turn the ball over. At the end of the day, it's his responsibility to take care of the football.
Right.
As great a player as he is.
All this is saying to me is Joe Burrow is going to basically have to do, he has to put on the Superman cape because our defense is playing so bad, right? He has to do what Josh Allen is doing. If Josh Allen can do it and he can overcome himself and not make the mistakes he made in the past and has his team playing the way he has them playing, Joe Burrow has to do the same thing. And he has to do it with a much better supporting cast offensively. It sounds easy. It sounds easy, but it's not easy to do. Josh Allen makes it look easy, but it's not easy to do. But I understand where you're coming from.
I remember when Peyton Manning had those bad defenses in Indy. And even he was putting up those numbers. Oh, Peyton Manning can't get the done in the big game. Peyton Manning, yada, yada, yada. Even though his defense was historically bad, y'all didn't make the excuses for Peyton that you make for Joe Burrow. And I just need to know why. I got time. I took a nap today.
I took a nap today too. I took a nap today after we lost.
No, we're good. Well, I need you to tell me why. Why is Joe Burrow getting a pass?
Whoa.
We never gave Peyton a pass.
I said he didn't play well. Now, when you said about the 3 turnovers, I just wanted to add a little context on the turnover, just say they weren't all his fault. But on the stat sheet, guess whose name is by them turnovers? Yeah.
Ocho, hold on. When have we not given a strip sack to the quarterback?
You know what I just said?
Because the
I
ball's
just said
in
when
his
we look at the stat sheet, who are the turnovers on? Whose name is there? The quarterback. I know. I'm just saying. I was just trying to give a little context on what happened or whatnot. But he didn't play. He didn't play as well as he needs to play. Joe Burrow needs to understand, and I'm sure he understands. And he will have this conversation with his head coach, with his offensive coordinator, and with his quarterback coach. You have to protect the ball. You have to, in order for us to even have a chance to win going on from this season and later on in the future. You have to be the best at protecting the ball and not turning it over, because if our defense is not playing as well or playing the way they played this year, at any point, there is no way for us to overcome those. No way for us to overcome those mistakes.
Oh, look. And we're not finna move on, because I'm not finna let you do this to Russ. And Russ, you trust. You say you love Russ.
I
well, let's give Russ some flowers.
I was the only one standing on the soapbox for Russ too. Now, don't do that. Yeah,
you were. Russ, 29 of 38, 414, which is a career high. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. He was sensational today. His career high. He knew, like, look, as good as our defense is, their offense is going to score. It is incumbent upon me as the quarterback and one of the leaders of this. He is the de facto leader on offense. Oh, we can have our way with these guys, boys. And think about it, Ocho. You did get
Oh yeah,
7 from
hey,
Brett,
that
who
thing was
got that
nice.
pick
That
6
thing was
early.
nice. That was good. Listen, boom, pointed attack, nice little jam, boom, eyes on the ball. Oh, we going the other way. I ski. Let's go. Yeah, that was right. I thought, listen, after that play,
Yeah.
I thought we was gonna run
They
away with the game. That was a great,
yeah. And I remember, do y'all remember when Peyton Manning was losing to Tom Brady? Oh, he'll never beat Tom.
yeah.
And Peyton was winning MVPs,
Hmm.
but Tom was winning Super Bowls. He
Right.
wasn't putting up numbers
Hmm.
like Peyton, but he was winning. Oh, Peyton will never win. I remember when he got beat
Hmm.
41-0 by Chad Pennington.
Hmm.
He got beat by Billy Bowling. Oh, they were
Yeah.
just ripping Peyton, ripping him. His defense weren't very good. He's putting up, even his owner, when Peyton talk about, I want championships. I don't want no Star Wars numbers. Because he
Right.
feels that Peyton underperformed. And now, and Peyton, go back and look at Peyton numbers.
Yeah.
That man won 4 MVPs, and all of them
Hmm.
wasn't in those Super Bowl seasons. Fans, media alike, killed him. Me too. I was one of them. Yep. Me too. Yep.
Right.
Go back and look at when I was on CBS. Beat him up. Everybody did. But now, well, Shannon, his defense. Y'all didn't say that when Peyton had a bad defense. Y'all just said he couldn't stand up to Tom Brady. He lost the Super Bowl. Go look at Peyton numbers in the Super Bowl. But he had that one pick 6. Tracy Porter read it right. They came with a 0 blitz. He undercut the under route, and he pieced him out. Y'all got to stop this. Y'all got very, very short memories. But what I'm seeing, Ocho, if we like somebody, we'll make every excuse in the world for him.
Yes,
I don't give a damn what he does or what he or she does if we like you. But I'm going to call it straight down the middle. Y'all know how I am. Now, y'all get on me and say, Shannon, yes, I do. Y'all know I do. Go back and check my track record at CBS if y'all don't think I call it down the middle.
Too. Me too. Yeah, check my track record. Yeah.
Russ put fuss in him. Russ say, hey, see, but here's the thing. Hey, guys, when people y'all keep saying, get that man his flowers, don't give me my flowers.
Ooh.
I'll plant my own damn garden. I'll grow my own damn flowers.
Hold on.
And I'll pick my own. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all don't want to give people, Russ, plant your own damn flowers, grow your own garden.
Hold on.
And pluck your own flowers and put them on display. I don't need nobody. Don't give me no more flowers. I don't want them. I got my own garden.
I'm on the road, but I got a notepad. Hey, I don't need y'all to give me my flowers because I'm finna. What'd you say? Plant my own.
I'm gonna plant and grow my own damn flowers.
My own garden. Yeah.
Yes. Whatever you want. What you want? You want roses? You want daisies? You want lilies? You want petunias? What do you want? Poinsettias?
I want tulips because I thought, I saw the movie Stormy Weather, and Lena Horne, she liked tulips, so I'm gonna get me some other tulips.
Russ, listen. Russ is in the ideal situation. He's with a coach that understands quarterbacks. Not that he can coach them, but he understands the psyche of a quarterback. And the one thing you can't do with a quarterback is beat him up mentally. And I think Sean Payton beat him up mentally. For whatever reason, Sean never embraced Russ. He tolerated him. He's like, I got a year with him, and I'm not so sure that Russ could have done anything other than going to the Super Bowl that would have ingratiated himself with Sean Payton. Sean Payton has a guy now, and he has a young guy. And young guys, for the most part, Ocho, they're happy to be there, even though they're first-round pick, and they can stomach a little more. Russ is a vet. Russ has been to Super Bowls. Russ is a multiple-time Pro Bowl player. He's like, why are you talking to me like that?
Yeah. What? Okay, go ahead.
He's been.
I was going to say, for those that have been watching, obviously, because you got on me about it, is I've been giving Russ his flowers for a very long time, even when he was in Denver. You was getting into him because things weren't going the way they should be going. I've always stood on that soapbox for Russell Wilson because I understood there's no way There's no way that a player like Russ that was with the Seattle Seahawks that has played well at a high level for so many years can all of a sudden could go to Denver and things just weren't right. I think the situation and the scenario that he was in and the pressure that Sean Payton, who kept challenging him, berating him as a head
Yes.
coach, I just knew that wasn't the right fit. And I understood once he got over there with the Steelers, I said it as soon as he got there, I say, man, this is perfect. He's going with the right coach, the right type of coach, winning coach with the
Yes.
right mentality that knows how to deal with him. And Arthur Smith has put Russell Wilson in some great positions and understanding his strengths and his strengths and his weaknesses, knowing what he
Yes.
can do and what he can't do anymore that he used to do in Seattle. It has been paying dividends off of him, man, and it's been perfect. It's been perfect.
Yeah, he's been good. I don't know if he would have ever been what he is right now in Denver with Sean Payton. Look, that first year we got to chalk that up because ain't nobody been good under Nathaniel Hackett. Ain't nobody. He got fired in Denver and he lost his play calling duty in Green Bay. I mean, excuse me, in the Jets. So nobody. So we can't say, you know what, Russ, we're gonna just that first year. Now, whatever happened with you, like I said, I don't know, but it just seems like he was never ingratiated. Sean didn't put his arms around him. It's like, I'm happy to have you as my quarterback for whatever reasons. And it was best that they go accept, you go your way, I go mine.
Right.
And we're both better for it. The Broncos are doing quite well. The Pittsburgh Steelers are leading their division. They're doing extremely well. And I'm happy for both because this match wasn't going to work in Denver. Not Russ and Sean Payton. Maybe it's with somebody else, but not that. But Russ needed to go and get built back up again.
He's back. He's back.
He had to start. He had to start from scratch. He had to start from scratch. And what better place to go than with Mike Tomlin, who's on firm
good foundation.
Soil, firm
good
footing.
Foundation.
He has a firm foundation. He ain't going nowhere. And so, Rodgers, a long shot. They're talking about potentially. I said something. What did that article actually? But they're potentially like they don't know if he's going to start
who
moving forward.
They're going to bench who in favor of who?
Aaron Rodgers. It don't matter because I'm getting the same results.
Listen, you think about benching Aaron Rodgers over there in New York right now, he will flip every table. He gonna take a bite of the apple.
That's okay. He gonna be gone next year. We'll straighten it back up. He gonna be gone anyway.
Listen, they wouldn't do that, and he's not gonna go out quietly. I don't see Aaron Rodgers as the type of quarterback that's gonna take benching him well. I don't see him taking it well.
What are you gonna do? Go on P Mac show and have some express some conspiracy theories? Talking about that's liberals?
Act a fool and make a hell while he's there. Act a fool and make a hell while he's there.
That's okay.
He just seems like the type that would do that.
That's okay.
Shoot, yeah.
He didn't play well. But I'm sure, I'm sure they'll say he played well. He was 21 of 39, 185, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Ocho. And Seattle tried to give a game away in the first quarter. I've never seen return a fumble that many times. And I've never seen anything like that, Ocho. So the very next play began 19. So from that point on, Seattle outscored them 19-0. Rodgers had the long shot of return. They asked Ulbrich after the game about was he contemplating a quarterback change. Instead of shutting down speculation with a direct no, he replied, "Not as of today."
I don't like answers like that. I don't like what Harbaugh said when they talked about and asked him in Justin Tucker returning. I won't address that right now. What you mean right now? We talk about the greatest kicker of all time. But anyway, now back to the topic at hand. Listen, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, man. I mean,
he looked bad. Ocho? The man about to be 41. He's coming off an Achilles injury, which is one of the toughest injuries for an athlete to overcome. A young athlete. Imagine one that's 40. What did you expect him to look like? Listen, but see, if you're honest, Ocho, anybody that's honest, about Aaron Rodgers, you labeled a hater. And they try to make it about all the other things. Go back and I want y'all to do me a favor. Go back and check my track record about Aaron, about when I was on CBS. I've never denied his ability to throw the football. I always questioned. I saw some character issues that concerned me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave it at that. Now, with that being said, he didn't play well. Aaron Rodgers has not played well this year. And it's okay to say that. Ocho, he's still a 4-time league MVP. He's still a 4-time first team All-Pro.
Yeah.
He's still a Super Bowl MVP. He's still a transcendent, historically great quarterback, one of the greatest quarterbacks. But this year, he hasn't played well. And all of those accolades that's been bestowed upon him, and rightfully so, ain't got nothing to do with right now.
You're right about that. You know, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I'm not sure. I'm sure we've seen quarterback decline. I don't think we've seen quarterback decline in such a manner at this fast. I think maybe because of the injury, due to the injury, I think it kind of sped up and expedited the process. I was hoping things would work out. Because I was one of the few that said, "Oh shoot, Devontae Adams just coming to the Jets. Oh, they finna be hell now." You know, Alan Lazard and him having the pieces and having Breece Hall. I thought they were gonna be all world and having the defense that they did have.
Oh, Lord.
Things aren't the same. Hell, Aaron Rodgers playing bad. The goddamn defense ain't too much to talk about either.
But they were hoping that Aaron Rodgers could
like
elevate
Josh Allen,
this
like Josh
offense
Allen is doing
because
doing the Bills.
Yes, what Peyton? You remember now? Hold on, people remember that before the year before Tom Brady got to the Bucs, Jameis threw for 5,200 yards, 5,100 yards, and 30 touchdowns. Bruce Allen just felt that if we minimize the turnovers, we could be a playoff team. The year that Peyton got to the Broncos, they won the division, but they were 8-8. Peyton comes in, they go 13-3. They get the number 1 seed. Now they get knocked out in the divisional round, but you see the improvement. The next year, Peyton wins MVP. He breaks all the records. They go to the Super Bowl. They get demolished, but they did go. You see Tampa, every year Brady was there, they make the playoffs. So they were expecting, they say, look, that guy coming in, he should be able to elevate our offense. We got Garrett Wilson. We got some players. We got nice running back with Allen and Breece Hall. We got solid tight ends. Not great, but they're good. They're adequate. And a defense. But I said one thing, and I kept reiterating. I say you're under the notion that the defense stays exactly the same and there's no slippage. Because if there's slippage, then what? Oh, man, you hate, you just hate. Okay.
Yeah, well, listen, there's been slippage and there's no flex all. There's no flex all to stop the leak.
Jahmyr Gibbs in the doghouse. He posted a photo of a position meeting room with schemes on the whiteboard in the background.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey, okay, I like it. But can I tell you something real quick, Unc, about this? Can I tell you something? Listen to me real quick. And for y'all in the chat too, listen to me real quick. Even with the schemes and the stuff that's on the backboard, no matter who they playing, when that whistle blow, you got to be able to stop it. I don't care what you know. Can you stop it when it's time to? You watch film every week. What week are we in the NFL, Unc? We in week what? 13 or 14? 13? There's 13 weeks 14, of schemes and films of that goddamn Detroit Lions offense. Ain't nobody been able to stop it yet. Okay, they had one loss. Ain't nobody been able to stop it yet. 52 points, 24 points. I think they just scored 26, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just running off at the top of the head of the amount of points.
23. They beat Thanksgiving. I think they beat Chicago 23-20.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. He probably didn't mean to do what he did and post the information back.
How Ocho? Well, you know what? Let me say because I can know
that's
how
accidents. You know that is. You know it is. You don't want nothing like that out there. It's like your playbook. It's like leaving your playbook in the hotel. Yes. You don't want to put your playbook in harm.
But Ocho, y'all was allowed to take your phone?
Nah, I don't take no hell. No, I ain't taking no phone. Even if I could, I wouldn't take my phone. Not in the meeting room. No.
We couldn't have no phone. The
Right.
phones
Well,
had to stay in
time
the
different now.
lockers.
You know that time different now. And there
Oh,
must
okay.
there
You're
was
right. You're
there was
right.
a
You're right. My
reason.
bad.
There
My
was a
bad.
reason for him taking the picture. I'm not sure what happened, but listen, that stuff on the backboard, that ain't gonna help you beat it. That ain't gonna help you beat the Lions. That ain't gonna help you. I'm just telling you now. When that whistle blow, it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game.
Well, I'm gonna say what happened to us. Well, in the divisional game of the
Yeah.
playoffs, we had Tennessee Titans, and they
Uh-huh.
somehow got a hold of our playbook, and it damn sure helped them because we couldn't do jack. We had two plays.
Right.
We hit them up one time. They busted the coverage, and I went 57 yards down to
Yeah.
the one, and Jamal ran it in. We blocked the field goal, and Ray ran a
Yeah.
kickback.
Yeah.
Other than that, we couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
So it
I mean,
definitely helped. I'm not saying it definitely helps, Ocho.
mhm.
There's a reason why. There's a reason why the Spygate. Now all of a sudden, the defensive guy got a signal in it. He got a microphone in his helmet, just like the quarterback. People
Yeah.
don't do things that don't work,
I
Ocho.
hear you.
Name the last time somebody robbed a place that didn't have money or didn't have something of value. People ain't robbing Goodwills and Salvation
Right.
Armies and soup kitchens, Ocho.
Yeah, I know what you
They
mean. I
go
know
for
what you
stuff
mean.
of value. But
You gotta be
just
smart.
be smart, son. In a situation like that, Ocho, you know everything. Everything
Mhm.
inside
Right.
that building is sacred. I mean, I don't even. Did y'all? I don't even remember, Ocho. I ain't gonna lie, Ocho. I don't even remember taking a picture
Oh, no,
inside the locker room.
yeah.
Let alone taking
Yeah.
a picture of the
See, I've never
board
taken
and
a
stuff
picture.
that's on the
I've never taken a
board.
picture inside the
You ever-
meeting rooms in journal. I got a load of pictures in the locker room itself, and I got a lot of them. Got a whole lot of
ain't
them.
got none.
My teammates,
We,
to be able to look back on some
we
of
ain't
the
got none of
things
them.
like that. But
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Did we?
y'all ain't even
Now
had
they
hold
might
on.
have.
Wait,
Now, like when we
time out. I
win
just thought of
game,
chat.
I don't even know we
I
had
was
this
just gonna
camera
say
phone
y'all
might
ain't
have
had
even
no
been
camera
out by
phone when
then.
you was playing in the 70s. Come on now.
We did, Ocho. I'm about to say. I'm
Yeah,
thinking. I'm
y'all
trying
ain't
to
had
think.
no
I'm like,
camera phone back
did we
then.
have camera
Hell no.
phones in the '90s? Man, Ocho. I remember the first time I didn't even know
Right.
anything about text messaging. So I was like,
Right.
it was Cordell Stewart that in 2005,
Mhm.
like you could text. I
Right.
was like, well,
Right.
bro, how you text somebody? Bro,
Hmm.
I ain't know nothing about no damn
So how
text.
y'all used to
Call me.
communicate with your chicks back in the day? Payphone? On the payphone? On the
Call them.
payphone?
Call them. Well, I mean, we had a community phone
Okay.
in the hall, so you had like 4 phones that if you press
Okay.
9, you could
You
call
press
out.
that and dial the number?
You know what I'm saying? And dial the number. Yes, yes, but
Right.
it had
Oh
to be
yeah, you
local.
can't dial long distance.
And the way they communicated with you, they would call and it went to a central location. And so they're like, I like to leave a message for
Right.
Shannon Sharpe. My name is such and such. Here's the number. Have them to give me a call. And then they would come downstairs and put it in your
Ah.
box. We had mailboxes. So everybody had an individual box that you put. And so you'd have you have notes in
Right.
there and so forth and so on like that. It wasn't like it. I don't know how they
Yeah.
do it. Now, don't start me to line now, Ocho. I don't know how they do it now. Like I said, I've been going away from the game damn near 2 decades.
Right.
Damn near. It has been 2 decades. So I don't know what but I guess now you wouldn't need to
Yeah.
call. The guy. Everybody has a phone. Everybody didn't have cell phones when I was in the league. Everybody had no cell phones.
Right.
That came towards the end of it. But in the mid-90s, man, them calls
You
were
had a
like $4,
beeper?
$5 a minute.
You ain't had no beeper?
No, I have no beeper. I didn't have a beeper.
Damn.
I wasn't that important, Ocho. I wasn't that important. But like I said, I know meetings, cell phones weren't allowed in the meetings. Well, not when I was there, Ocho. Once I left, I retired in '04. So whatever they did
Right.
after that, I don't know anything about it. So I don't want to speak for something that transpired '04,
Mm.
'05, '06 moving forward. But I'm
Right.
saying from the time I was there, moving back, there was no cell phones in the meeting room. So that would,
Yeah,
man, Mike
absolutely.
would have lost his damn mind.
Absolutely. Especially during those days, the coaches were
What?
different. They were a little bit more like I call it Tom. They were like Tom
Rigid.
Coughlin-ish. That's the only thing I can think of. Very Bill
Yes.
Parcellish, Hey, no nonsense.
Ocho, Josh Allen's next touchdown
Mhm.
will make Buffalo Bills history. With his next touchdown, rushing or passing, Allen will become the Bills' all-time leader in touchdown,
That's dope.
surpassing the great Jim Kelly. Allen has been the best quarterback in December since 2020. In that span, he's first in total touchdowns, passing touchdowns, and wins.
That's live. That's live.
Look, I hate it. I hate it because the Broncos could have had him.
Yeah.
The Broncos should have drafted him. And if I'm not mistaken, they drafted Bradley Chubb to pair with Von Miller. 2 outside linebackers. You can keep Von and get a quarterback. You got to have that guy. You got to have him. I don't care how many great your defense is. You better have a quarterback.
You think maybe they didn't like what they saw? Coming out of Wyoming, right? No, am I wrong? Yeah. So I think small sample size too, if I'm not mistaken, huh? Yeah. You know. Sometimes scouts miss.
Sometimes you overthink it, Ocho. I mean, you took Bross Osweiler, you take Paxton Lynch, you taking guys like that. Guys that are not, even if you just say, you know what, he's not the most accurate, his ability to run the football. That's what makes him. You're talking about a man that's 250 pounds that can run like he can run.
Matter of fact, whatever discrepancies you might have with his game, especially from a throwing standpoint, oh, we could work on that. We could work on that.
Yes.
Look at the foundation. Look at the foundation
and he has the arm.
You have to work with and build with. You could take it from there.
That's
take
all
it from
I'm
there.
saying, Ocho.
Look how he's turned out in Buffalo.
He has the arm because in order to play in upstate Buffalo, you got to have an arm. Because guess what? The Jets, they play outside. New England, you play outside. So you put him in Denver, you're outside. Kansas City is outside. You really need arm because a lot of the teams that you're going to potentially face, Kansas City, outside. Baltimore, outside. The Steelers, outside. Buffalo, outside. So your quarterback is going to have to be able to deal with the elements because in those stadiums, not only does it get cold, the wind blows. So you might have, Ocho, you might have snow, gust, and bone crunching cold. I'm talking about 10 below, 15 below, with gusts up to 20, 30 miles an hour. I sure wish we'd have drafted him, but we're not going to get him now because Buffalo ain't letting him go. We're not getting, but I like old Bo.
Bo
we got
well.
old Bo.
Bo playing real well, very well for a rookie. I'm not sure if it's Bo Nix. I don't know, or if I'm not sure it's the quarterback whisperer in Sean Payton. But somebody doing something right over there.
I don't care what it is. Just keep on winning. I'm going to get me some more buddy. Old Bo. Bo.
You know they got to play the Bengals, right?
Don't you worry about that. Don't you got fish to fry tomorrow? Who y'all play tomorrow?
Damn, who do we play? Oh, we play the Steelers. We finna win that game. We play the Steelers.
Oh, yeah, that's L.
We play the Steelers.
Can y'all see that, chat? L.
We play the Steelers. You won't bet none.
L.
You won't bet none.
Y'all about to be. Ocho, you owe me so much money now, man. Damn.
Whatever I owe you, I'm gonna pay you when we get to the tour in February at Super Bowl. At the live tour, I'm gonna pay you live on stage. Whatever I owe you. That's how we gonna open it.
Why can't I get my money now?
I gotta collect.
Why can't I get my money now?
For all these goddamn jobs I got.
You know what? I would tell inside the NFL, I would tell Apple, I would tell everybody, y'all just wait till February. Wait till we get on the tour, y'all pay him. That's how he paying me. Y'all pay him like that. Ahead of tomorrow's showdown against San Francisco 49ers, the Bills are asking for fans to sign up to help shovel snow out of Highmark Stadium. The deal is pretty simple. The Bills will pay $20 an hour, provide food, hot beverage, and shovels to those who sign up. Lake Effect Snow Buffalo is expected to bury Western New York beginning Saturday, with 2 feet predicted to fall in Orchard Park, where the Bills Stadium is located by kickoff. Ocho, the one thing about them, and them jokers be signed up.
They don't play.
They love their because that's all they got up there.
The fans love it.
Yes. I think the only thing else they got up there is the
Yeah, the
Sabres.
Sabres
I
up
think
there.
Buffalo Sabres, they play
Hmm.
hockey. I think that's still up there. But boy, they look here. They
I'd be out
love
there
their
too.
football team, Ocho.
If I lived in Buffalo, if I was a Buffalo fan, have you seen the way before the game even starts? Have you seen what they do
Oh
in
yeah.
what not
Yes. I played there
yeah.
90, 90, 91,
Hmm.
92, 93,
Hmm.
97. I
Yeah.
played there like 7, 8 times. You know what? Now that I think about it, Ocho, I'm trying to figure out why we had to play so damn many games there. Because we played there
Hmm.
90, 91,
Right.
94, 97. But we played Buffalo.
Right.
We played Buffalo a lot too. Damn. Now that I think about it. And we played them in the preseason one year. But Ocho,
Oh,
they fans,
man,
they love
do
their
they?
Bills. Good
Do
God
they?
Almighty.
Listen, they're a fan base that don't get the credit they deserve for how much they love their fan base.
They don't.
Hey, listen, they get
They
active.
love. Hey,
They get active. That's the only word I can think of it. They get active pre-game,
yes,
during game, and after game.
they out. They out. Ocho. Oh, Ocho. They love.
Yeah.
Oh man, they love their Bills, man. And don't let them make a play. And them just talk.
Hey,
Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. A little bit softer now. A little bit softer now. A little bit soft. And they start. Boy, that's they.
hey, hey.
Boy, Rich
That thing be
Stadium.
jumping.
That
Yeah.
thing used to be
Yeah, that thing
going
be jumping.
crazy. Boy, they have
Hmm.
80,000 up in there, and them
Yeah.
fans going crazy. And you know, Ocho, we played them. That's the years they go into
Hmm.
back Super Bowls.
And
They
they
got Thurman,
lost.
they got
They
Jim,
lost
they got
them.
Andre Reed,
Hmm.
Brucey,
Yeah.
Biscuit. Yes, but boy,
I already know. I already know.
woo,
Listen,
boy, they cook it.
they gonna have that
They
stadium
are
cleaned out for
cooking.
that game Sunday. I guarantee you that.
Oh, for sure. And you notice anytime something happens, hey, uh, somebody who that knocked somebody out of the playoff and they
Hey,
donated money to that person's
hmm
charity. Somebody get nicked, somebody get
always,
hurt, they donate
always.
to that person's
Bills
foundation.
fans are
They're I ain't got nothing to say nothing
the
bad about the
classy
Buffalo.
of them all. Classiest.
Kirk Cousins, excuse me, future with the
Well,
Falcons rides on the next
absolutely.
6 games per Jeremy Fowler. If he doesn't deliver over the next stretch, the Falcons would explore trading him this offseason, given that they have rookie Michael Penix Jr. They're like, somebody team will be like, why we want this
No,
contract? Why
I
we
don't know
gotta
about
get
that.
huh?
I don't know about that. It's
What?
one thing about Kirk Cousins. He has always been afforded that grace for only having one playoff win. So they gonna take that
Yeah,
contract on. Oh, they gonna definitely take it on. And if
you think
depending on
so?
how and he's right, Mr. Fowler's right as far as these last 5 games. And I think even if he does play well these last 5 games, I think they're ready to move on with Penning Jr. anyway. Honestly, it's time to get that train
Yeah,
rolling. It's time to get that train rolling, most definitely.
I
I'm
agree.
excited for him. I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see what he can do with Drake London and Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson. And there's no need for him to sit behind Kirk Cousins for a second year. There's no need.
I think it'll be great because here's the thing, Ocho. Let's just say I would
Uh-huh.
if Kirk goes somewhere, do you take Kirk Cousins and then take the rookie quarterback and then have him sit behind him a year
Mm,
and then move it on? I don't like Kirk outside
right.
in the cold. Do you like him
Wait,
in New
what's New
York?
York? I know you're
I
talking about the
don't.
Giants
With
and
yes, or the Giants.
Have Shador
Do
sit
you
behind him
like him
for a
there?
year.
Yeah, but with his arm, with that
Mhm.
Achilles, with that cold, with those conditions, you kind of need an
Right.
arm to cut through that or have
Okay,
a sense or
now you
understanding.
just put a little nugget in my head now. You understand what Kirk Cousins can do from the quarterback position, right? When he has a star receiver.
Mhm.
Can you imagine Kirk Cousins throwing the goddamn Malik
Yeah,
Neighbors? The accuracy, the
yeah.
pretty ball. Kirk Cousins throws a catchable ball and will always put it right where it needs to be. He might not have the strongest arm. He might not have the strongest arm, but it's gonna get
But you
where it
got to
needs to be
protect him.
every time. And he's accurate too, He's accurate. Look at it. Yeah, that too.
You
But
got to protect him, though, Ocho. You want to put him
man,
behind
listen,
that
man, get
Giants
that ball
offensive
out his
line?
hands fast, man. Get that ball out his hands fast.
That's not what he
Hey,
does.
look at Kirk Cousins in the regular season. Look at the receivers he's had. Look at the receivers he's had and what those receivers have been able to do with Kirk Cousins at the helm. I like it from Malik Neighbors until Shador takes the reins over because he's going to the Giants. He's going to the Giants unless the goddamn Raiders,
You think
for
so?
some godforsaken reason, are able to climb all the way from wherever they're picking at and come snatch him up. Now, I'm not telling you I'm not telling you what I
I
heard.
don't
I'm
know.
telling you what I know.
Hey, I don't know. Prime might not be too keen on that.
Hey, yeah, I know, I know, I know,
I'm
I
just
know,
saying.
I know. You never tell me.
Well,
Right.
I believe it at that because they already
Said,
go back.
yeah, yeah.
Shannon Sharpe said,
Oh yeah.
because you already know where they headed with that. So disregard. Objection. I object to what Shannon said. Now let's get into it, Ocho. The Lions beat the Bears 23-20,
No.
but that wasn't the story of the game. Caleb Williams had one of the the second half was as good as he could possibly throw it. The plays that he made outside of the pocket, the way he threw the ball from the pocket, and he had a couple of drops in there too, Ocho. But that he was undeterred. He ran. Now, it wasn't smart that you try to get slick and try to, stop on the dime and cut back when you're going out of bounds. Going out of bounds.
Yeah.
Going out of bounds. Don't. Hey, they're not gonna let you get away with that because they saw what Patrick Mahomes did and they saw guys fooling before.
Right.
So they're gonna punish you if they get there. So just going out of bounds. But it was Caleb Williams got sacked, Ocho. When he got sacked, it was 33 seconds on the clock. They have a timeout. They got one. It's about to be third down. Take your timeout. Now you got 33 seconds. Ocho, even if you don't get it, even if you don't, you still got fourth down. How do you go from 33 seconds and you keep your timeout and you run only one play with 33 seconds? Because if you complete the ball in bounds, Ocho, you should be able to run your field goal unit on the field, get your other players off the field with 18 seconds. They had, so even a play only lasts what, 5, 6, 7. Let's just say for the sake of argument, Ocho, we're going to say the play lasts 10 seconds. Caleb Williams scrambled around. It took him 10 seconds. You still have 23 seconds to get your field goal unit on the field, to get your other guys off the field. That's more than enough time to get the ball snapped, get it held, get it down, and get a kick up.
Honestly, Unc, and I mean no disrespect, I'm all for people having a job. I think it's very important to have a job, but that was coaching malpractice. Not only that was coaching malpractice, I think he must have been betting against the odds out there in goddamn Vegas for not calling that goddamn timeout. That is a fireable offense. And I'm not one to ever stand on my soapbox and say that someone should be fired. But for them to have lost the last 5, I think, 5 or 6 games, and this is a game that you had an opportunity to win or at least tie and go into overtime and see what you could do in overtime, I can't believe Coach did that he didn't call the time. And also on Caleb Williams, understand you have to have better clock management in your head. If your coach is not on point the way he should be and really being on top of the time and how much time you have left, Caleb Williams as a player who's played at the big level out there at USC, you should understand how much time is on the clock and what you need to do in those situations to make sure it doesn't happen again. So this is, for one, the coach, you should already know. You should already know this is coaching malpractice. But Caleb Williams, this is a situation, if it ever comes up again during your tenure in the NFL, understand clock management and how important it is to give your team a chance to either tie or win a game. That's a bunch of bullshit, man.
Keenan Allen said something very interesting.
That's a good shot, huh?
And I don't know if
shot.
He said,
wait, which one?
No. Keenan Allen said, as players, we played well enough to win this game.
Think about what he's saying. Think about the underlying tone and what he's saying. Okay, yeah.
I know the underlying tone. I just hope it. Look, if I'm Matt Eberflus, if I'm Eberflus, Ocho, I would have just took the fine,
right?
And I'm not talking to the media after that, because then he gets up there and says that bull jive that we got what we wanted and I'm good with it. That's ridiculous. You sound foolish. It sounds like a man that know he made a mistake and want to die on that hill instead of saying, "God, that's on me. That's on me. I should have called a timeout with 33 seconds."
What's wrong with getting there? Right?
How you run one play with 33 seconds is absolutely a fireable offense.
Right.
And I have never advocated for anyone to lose their job because I understand how precious jobs are. But you can't continuously make the mistakes that he's making and remain in that position and then come out there and give those bull jive excuses or those bull jive answers to why it's played out. It's too many times. There's a recurring theme that if you notice, Ocho, anytime they put a receiver in, it's always a new receiver in. It's always somehow the ball finding. Or they put a new DB in. Somehow the ball always goes his way. You watch it in baseball. The ball somehow always will find him. Basketball, a new guy comes in, somehow the ball damn, we want the ball to end up in your hands with the last second, but damn, here we are. It keeps coming down, Ocho, to plays like this when you have to understand the situation that your team is in and you have to make split-second decisions. He let his team down more times than not.
Decision makers like that is the difference between not winning, not losing the past 5 games. Split the seconds like that. Listen, it's a game of inches. It's a game of inches, and the coaching is one of the reasons why teams win. That's what do you think the difference is in the Detroit Lions before Dan Campbell got there and the Detroit Lions while he is there? That's coaching. That's coaching. That's all it comes down to. Being able to execute the plays. I know some of it is on the players, but also the coaching. It has to come together and work as one. But you can't be coaching like that, that and having a situation like that and want to say the excuse you use and not take accountability. How you think your players feel? Like just listen to what Keenan Allen said. Players don't normally react to a game like that and throw the coach under the bus.
No.
There's a disconnect.
Because
there's a complete disconnect in the locker room.
Ain't no disconnect. They've lost confidence in their head coach because the thing is with situational football, you have to practice certain situations. You have to practice 4th down. You have to practice 2-minute. You have to practice no huddle. You have to practice being in certain situations. So therefore, if you're in that situation, you'll know how to respond. We practice running the field goal unit on the field, we getting off the field, and it's with 18 seconds. So we practice certain situations. Get out of bounds. Make sure you try to get the ball to the official. Don't throw the ball because, look, they're not receivers. They're old. Hand them the ball.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. And like I said, I don't. Jimmy Johnson said in 70 years of being around coaching, he's never seen the level of dysfunction that the Bears have right now. And I can't say that I disagree with him because it's a reoccurring. Ocho, it's week after week. I can see if it's a one-time thing, Ocho. That's an accident.
But you know what else? And speaking on top of what Jimmy Johnson said, he says he's never seen any kind of dysfunction. It's just not this year. It's just not this year. You're trying to change the culture in Chicago in general. The culture, the winning culture in Chicago has been going for a very long time. It's been going for a very long time, and being able to contend and compete year in and year out on a consistent basis. All that starts at the top. And in the middle, it starts with the coach. And then it lingers into the players. So until you get that middle ground the right way, everything else is going to falter. And it starts with little shit like today. It might be little, because it's one game, but it affects the entirety of a season because bad decisions will continue to be made.
Ocho, I don't know what they said, but normally when we would go on the field, especially it's the last drive, we got 2 timeouts. We got 1 timeout. We got no timeout. If you can, get the ball out of bounds. All things being equal, we'll take a 5-yard gain and get out of bounds as opposed to a 10-yard gain and not get out of bounds. So we've already gone through situations that we could potentially see in a game because there's only one way to handle a situation. It's just like everything else. Ocho. You practice 1st down. You practice 2nd down. You practice 3rd down. You practice goal line and red zone. Okay, there are certain situations. Now you can't practice everything, Ocho, but hopefully you play football long enough, you'll know with 33 seconds and you got a timeout. After a sack, you automatically take a timeout. I don't know what
the funny thing about it is,
was even thinking. That's the first thing you do because the official is standing right there by you. That's the side judge. He right. Hey, time out.
The funny thing about it is you could have ran that play, right? No, you could have called that timeout, ran another play, and I'm not sure what your signal was, Unc, where the special teams is already ready, and we used to yell, fire, 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 fire. The offense hurries up. There's enough time on the clock. There would have been enough time on the clock. You come out and you kick the field goal, and hopefully before the clock hits 0, you have them execute that field goal and tie the game and take it into overtime, and then boom, now you got a fresh start and hoping you can get down there and score. It's an even ball game at that point. It. But you don't even give your team a goddamn chance.
And they had the and they had the momentum. They had played extremely well yesterday. They had the momentum in the ball game. I thought Detroit got away from running the football. There's another Ocho. At some point in time, you're gonna have to start making excuses for Jameson Williams. You got to stop. You got to stop making excuses for him. No, that's Gibbs. The hitting the guy in the face with the football that's standing on the sideline.
Yeah,
he almost cost his team. That's the kind of the immaturity. I'm trying to figure out what could the guy possibly. He on the sideline, bro. Why are you talking? You're not even in the game. Let that sink in for a second. You're not even in the game,
right?
And you talking. Get in the game first, and then I'll address you. I ain't addressing nobody on the sideline. What made it even more egregious is that it was after the play, so the down already counted.
Back you up,
so now they back you up 15 yards. And then he gets to the sideline, and he's arguing with Antoine Randall, trying to explain what he did. Bro, shut up. There's no offer with no explanation. In the words of the great Billie Holiday, hush, now don't explain.
Hold on. Hey, in the great words of what you know about Billie Holiday?
I'm trying to figure out, Ocho, what's his explanation? Everybody saw what you did. He said something, you turned and flipped the ball in his face. You lucky he ain't run and put his foot in your ass.
Hey, I got a question for you. Now that we talk about the Bears, now I understand what Jameson Williams did. You know, I'm gonna talk to Young Bull. I got Young Bull on the line too. So I'm gonna talk to him. And you can't do that. You can't coach your team, especially as well as y'all are doing right now. But what you think about Chad? Y'all tell me what y'all think now. What you think about Bill Belichick to the Bears? I think wherever Bill Belichick goes, as long as they have a defense and a quarterback that you can work with. Caleb Williams is a quarterback that you can work with. He's someone that you can win with based on his skill set and what he can do at him. What do you think?
Yeah,
it's because what I'm gonna do on Wednesday when we do Inside the NFL, I'm gonna bring it up on the show. Bill, what do you think about your opportunity in having a coaching job in Chicago? There's a defense, a very adequate defense that you can work with. One of the better corners in the league, and Jalen Johnson, that's my little nephew. You got a quarterback that you can develop and mold and understanding what it takes to win. I mean, who says no to that? Then you have an organization that's going to give you the keys. They're going to give you the keys because you have an understanding on what it takes to win, what it takes to build a winning team. Here, you got 6, 7 Super Bowls. You want to go get that coaching record from Don Shula. You want to break that, right? Now, boom, you have organizations that are going to give you the keys and allow you to build the team you need to build to be able to contend and compete in that NFC. Why not take it?
Yeah, because that division ain't coming back. This is what Eberflus when he addressed after the game, he said, "Our hope was that we re-rack that play at 18 seconds, throw it in bounds, get into field goal range, and then call our final timeout." So you see, Ocho, he doesn't understand. You don't need to call a timeout. With 18 seconds, that's more than enough time to get your field goal unit on and off the field.
That's the scenario
that was where we was in our decision-making process on that. We were outside of field goal range, no jive, Sherlock, and needed to get a few more yards in there as close as we can get. We're going to call timeout, and that's why we held the last time. So in other words, now you go into next week, you got 4 timeouts in the first half. Oh, no, you can't use that timeout. disappointing for our players. They put a lot of work on a short week and put themselves in position to win that game. They did, and you denied them that. That part you got right. On a short week, our players, we didn't play the best first half, but we played an outstanding second half, and we put ourselves in position to win the game. And my boneheaded play, my boneheaded situational awareness helped cost our team a game. More games are lost than won in the NFL. Exhibit A. I would like to present this, Your Honor. Exhibit A of how games are lost. I don't get it. I don't get how he continuously finds himself. If you notice, Ocho, like I said, when you make bonehead plays, somehow you always find yourself in that situation week after week until you correct it, until you rectify said situation. Bro, call the timeout. Ocho, call a timeout. You can run your, like I said, if the play only costs you 8 seconds, I gave you 10 on the long end. Hopefully you Caleb understands that you can't run around. But I don't get it. And I said it in real time. I was like, what is he thinking? What the hell was he thinking? Why would you not call a timeout with 33 seconds left? I don't know.
Again, it's coaching malpractice. It made me think he had money on the game to do something like that, to not even give your team a chance to win, especially with what you've been through week in and week out with the losing, the close games, the games you played well. I mean, like, come on, man. Give yourself a chance. There are multiple scenarios when you're down in that situation that should already be going and be playing in your head, not just the one you explained at the goddamn podium. There are multiple scenarios that you should play on. Okay, what do I need to do? Split decision, fast decision making. You know, if you don't have it, then your quarterback got to have it. But your quarterback is supposed to be learning from you. So if you ain't got it and you the head man, nigga, how he's supposed to know it? But that's neither here nor there. Caleb would know and have a better understanding of time, you know, and how much time you have to use, you know, as he gets older and a little bit more mature in the NFL and understanding clock management.
And explain that to him. Let him know, hey, we got one timeout, Caleb. So, hey, if you get sacked, let's not be afraid to use that timeout. The Cowboys defeated the Giants 27-20. Cowboys reignited the ground game, securing their fourth 100-yard rush game of the season. Rico Dowdle led the way with a career-high 112 yards on 22 carries. It's his first 100-yard game as a professional. It's also the Cowboys' first by a Cowboy player, since Tony Pollard in week 3 of 2023. Dowdle also responsible for Cowboys' first rushing attempt of at least 20 yards this year. The star of the Cowboys was DeMarvion Overshawn. He secured both of Dallas turnovers, recovering a fumble reinforced by Eric Kendrick and on Tyrone Tracy, and catching his own batted pass. And you know, he ran that back for a pick six. That was on Drew Lock. Because you see the guy right there, you go open over the top. You don't throw it.
Hey, listen, the Cowboys defensively, they play very well. They play very, very well on the run, pass game. Man, they play really well, especially at the point of attack. They were very physical up front, not allowing the Giants to have their way and impose their will. So I like what I saw from the Cowboys today. But can you do it against the better teams? Can you do it consistently against the teams that have winning records? That's where the issue comes into play for them. I'm hoping everything is okay with CeeDee Lamb. I see he left the game maybe late second, maybe early third quarter. Something wrong with his shoulder.
Third quarter, yeah. You know, he had that bruised rotator, AC joint. But they ain't got nothing, Ocho, they ain't got nothing to do with them dropping them damn passes. I ain't gonna let you do that. I ain't gonna let you do that. Blame that on his shoulder.
Talk about the drag route. I know about it.
I'm talking about he dropped 3 of them. He turned into a retriever. All he did was pick the ball up and hand it to the official. His job as a receiver, his job is to catch the ball, not to retrieve the ball. He dropped 3. He had 6 targets. He had 2 catches. Malik Neighbors, same thing for you, bro. Y'all yapping about wanting the ball, but you're dropping it. He throw it to you, you throw it back at him. So, yeah, I saw CD get dragged down on his shoulder, but that wasn't why he's dropping those passes. That's lack of concentration.
And, I
Same thing with
wasn't
Malik
going to bring up
Neighbors.
the drop balls, but since I know since you
Why
boys
not? You got
to
to.
ahead, them boys know you got to catch that pill, baby. That's the money. That's your money maker. That's your money maker. That brown ball they call the Duke, you got to love that. You got to love that. You got to love that more than you love your family. Because in order to feed your family, you got to catch that Duke. They gonna be all right though. We gonna get that together. That ain't nothing but a little jug machine after practice. Even in week 12, little jug machine after practice won't hurt.
Yeah. No. I'm not talking. Malik Neighbors is a rookie. What that got to do with you catching the ball? You caught the ball. You caught the ball. That's something you've been doing all your life, Ocho. We're not asking him to make spectacular catches. Like when they throw you the ball in the frame of your body, catch it. That's all we're asking. No, we don't need no Odell Beckham. We don't need nothing spectacular. When they throw you the ball, Ocho, you catch it. At some point in time, you got to realize everything is not meant to be a spectacular. Everything is not to be meant to be a catch and run, Ocho, for 40 yards. You have to understand situation. You know what? The most important thing here is to get this first down. Let me get this and get on the ground. A lot of if you look at CD, what did CD try to do? He tried to get up the bro. I ain't never seen a catch to hit the ground first. If you drop it, it ain't a catch. I don't care how you jumping up and down, but I'd have been gone. And you would have, but you're not. You're going back to the huddle. Come on, guys. Look, everybody, it wasn't no sun today. Ain't nobody complaining about no sun, Ocho.
Yeah, it wasn't out.
Ain't no sun.
Out. Just a small lack of concentration, split second, taking your eyes off the ball.
But Ocho, normally when you have one of those drops early, what do? You concentrate, you focus even more. It seems like CD, he lapsed concentration. He lapsed even more because after that point, Ocho, he didn't catch another pass. Cooper Rush was 21 of 36, 195, one touchdown. Like you said, they ran the ball, Ocho. Basically about 4 yards a carry.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad.
32 carries for
not the greatest, but it ain't bad.
Nah, you can live with that. Look, you can only beat who's on your schedule. Right. We know the Giants aren't very good, but we've seen the Cowboys lose games like this before also. So give them credit for keeping focus on a short week, not still celebrating the victory in Washington, coming out there, handling their business today. When you get string two together, now you get about 5 or 6 days off before you get ready for the next Sunday. You still look, everything you're gonna probably need to run the table, Ocho, in order to get one of these playoff spots. You're getting 3 teams out of the NFC North: Minnesota, Green Bay, and Detroit.
Right.
So there's only one spot left. Cowboys, San Francisco, Seattle, there's one problem, Arizona.
And that goes for all Cowboys fans in the chat. This is no disrespect to y'all. Yeah, the Cowboys do need to run the table to have a chance at a spot. You do know they play the Bengals Monday night, right? In Jerry's world, right? Okay. I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure you understand what they got coming up.
Y'all defense terrible. Y'all might do something. Y'all better be able to block. Huh? Can y'all block the front?
Oh yeah, we're gonna be fine. Front? You know, Joe don't listen. Joe get the ball out of his hands quick anyway. As a matter of fact, we gonna establish the run first. Get the front tied up there. Michael Parsons gonna be frustrated. You know, he gonna get mad because the ball's gonna be coming out. Once boom, it's gone.
Hold on. Cowboy fans, what are y'all talking about? Y'all gonna win the division? Y'all 2-1. Do y'all understand the Eagles' record?
Out of you, No, don't fall for that. Don't fall for that.
This the delusion. This is why Jerry's how he is, because he know his fans are gullible. They're They're gonna believe anything that he sells them, and it serves them right.
They just.
I'll be glad when it's like in like 3 weeks when they get put out of their misery, and then what they gonna say? Wait the next year, and I'll be right here. Guess what? The Nightcap will be right here next in 25, 26, 27, and y'all still ain't going nowhere. But look, like I said, Ocho, you can only beat who's on your schedule. Like I said, we've seen the Cowboys lose games like this before. They won today. Give them credit for that. I thought they ran the ball extremely well. The defense got after Drew Lock, made it very, very tough. I mean, think about Ocho. They ran the ball 21 times for 116 yards. Yeah. That's
enough to beat the Giants, huh? Let's keep.
No, I'm saying the Giants rush.
No, I'm
for 21
okay.
for 116.
I'm saying, is it Dowdle? Did I say his last name the right way?
No. I'm saying no. The Cowboys rushed 32 for 122. The Giants rushed 21 for 116.
But what about putting it in the air, huh?
But here's the thing, though, Ocho.
Yeah.
You gave up a scoop and score. You gave up a pick six, and you gave up another fumble.
That's the game.
So there you go, right there. You basically played them to a standstill on offense. But when you turn the ball over,
you pay double for that.
What do you expect to happen? Deebo Samuel responds to the idea that Kyle Shanahan should be on the hot seat. Super Bowl, NFC Championship, year after that, NFC Championship again, last year Super Bowl. Why are you saying he's on the hot seat?
You don't understand how the business works. But just hearing the fact that Shanahan is even on the hot seat, we talk about one that's going to be sought after from every other team. I wish you would let someone like Shanahan go and allow his staff and that offense to go somewhere else, especially go somewhere else that has a quarterback, have a decent quarterback at that. Then he's going to build the same exact thing with that same exact offense. Get him a quarterback.
Didn't he just sign an extension?
That don't mean nothing.
Didn't he just sign an extension last year?
You know when something like this comes out, you know it's coming from inside the house, right? You hear me? The call is coming from inside the house when stuff like this comes out.
How many years was it? Because he had like a year left on the contract. So he signed a 5-year extension because he had like a 6 or 7-year deal to begin with.
Man, you know how this NFL is.
So this. Yeah. What's he making? 8, 9 a year? Because he had a contract that's like 6 years, 42 million.
Rightfully so though.
Huh?
Rightfully so.
So the Ocho.
Yeah.
14 a year.
Rightfully so.
You think they go get now? You do realize, Ocho, like when you get rid of the head coach, his whole staff, he ain't got to stay. He ain't got guys on 1-year deals.
Right.
He signed through 2027, 25, 26, 27. So that's 3 years. That's 42 million. I don't think he's on the hot seat, considering the man just came off the Super Bowl.
I know. But you know how fickle the NFL is. You know how fickle owners are.
That's not the York.
But then it wouldn't be out. Something like this wouldn't even leak. You heard me? Mm-mm. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
Stuff like this comes from inside the house. Always.
Well, it ain't coming from John Lynch because John Lynch got the job because of Kyle Shanahan. So who is it? Ned York? Jed York? Hey, well, good luck with that one.
Again, if listen,
he'd be unemployed. He'd be unemployed all of
1 hour,
1 hour.
30 minutes. 30 minutes, if that.